All right. Solving equations. Lesson B. The 2020 coronavirus IED educational experience. Let's start with example 1. So we call these are all going to be two-step equations, and really all that means is, so we're going to add one little thing to do before what we did in the previous set. So like you see the 4 times the x here, and we know that eventually we're going to need to divide that. Before we can do that, we got to get rid of this guy. So if something is being added and subtracted to that, we have to take care of that first. This 3 is being subtracted, right, from 4x. So we're going to do the opposite to both sides. We are going to add 3 to both sides. And that's going to leave us with 4x still equals, now here, negative 3 and positive 3 are 0, so I'm adding 0, so I don't have to write anything now. Notice that's different than when we divide or multiply. There we're making 1, because when you multiply by 1, it doesn't do anything. But adding and subtracting, 0 is what we want. And then here I have 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's 11. Now, it's just like the previous set, back in lesson A. It's multiplying by 4, so we're going to divide both sides by 4. And that leaves me with x equals 11/4. And that's it. So there's just this adding or subtracting step that's going to come up first. So let's see how it looks here. Ooh, we put the x's and stuff in there. Okay, so, well, there's your x. So the number we have to get rid of first is here. Not the 17, there we go 17, because it's already not on the side with the x. We need to clear up things over here. So we're going to subtract 4 from both sides. Why? Because this is adding 4. So negative 4 here, negative 4 here. That's the way I would look at it. So a positive and a negative 4, they're going to make 0. They're gone. I still have negative 5x equals, over here I got a negative 17 and a negative 4. Or I'm at negative 17 and I got to go down 4. Either way, it's negative 21. Now, what number is next to x? They're multiplying by 5, by negative 5, so I'm going to divide by negative 5. Over here, I just got x. Over here, negative divided by negative is going to be a positive, just 21/5. I can't really simplify it. Sometimes I think math people make their answers come out too evenly all the time, and people get confused, think like it always has to. It doesn't always have to. It's 21/5. That's the answer. All right. Example 3. Same kind of deal. Not worried about this yet. I got to take care of the plus 7 first. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. That leaves me with x over 5 equals 20 minus 7. That's 13. Now I ask myself, all right, so what's going on here? Well, they're dividing by 5, so I need to do the opposite. I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. That'll produce 1 here, which is just x. And 13 times 5, I'll do this in my head, 15, 21, 5, 65. All right. Ooh, some craziness. Well, there's our x, and it's got all kinds of, it's got a fraction. Everybody run for the hills. It's a fraction. But we still have to take care of this. So it's going to get rid of that minus 5, or that negative 5. We're going to add 5 to both sides. 2/3 x equals 7 plus 5 is 12. Oh my. Oh my. What are we going to do with this? Well, here's what you do. Remember, we need to make 1 over here, right? Every time we do something like that, like here, we multiply by 5 so that we had 5 over 5, made 1. Over here, we divided by 4 to make 4 over 4, make 1. So here's what we're going to do. You know what we'll make 1 here is if you multiply this by its reciprocal, by its flipped upside down. So we're going to do that on both sides. So if there's a fraction here, just flip it, multiply it by itself, flipped. That's going to make this whole thing go to 1 with just x. Over here, all right, so I got 12 times 3 divided by 2. Now, we could do this a couple different ways. If you want, before we can multiply the 12 and 3, we could do the 2 goes into the 12 6 times, and do 6 times 3 is 18. Or if you wanted, you could multiply 12 times 3 and get 36. And then say, all right, what's 36 divided by 2? Hey, it's 18. So either way, your answer is going to come out to be 18. Now, this is one of those cases where I let it come out evenly, just to help you along. But the little thing that's new here is if you have a fraction next to x, what you need to do is multiply by its reciprocal on both sides, by it flipped upside down.